Bird paid roughly $550 per scooter. Amazon sold the same unit for $500. Industry teardowns put the build cost at around $250. The remaining $300 didn't pay for a sealed battery. It paid for a logo on a rebadge. We reviewed the IP codes, recall notices, and financial filings for 13 e-scooter brands. 5 should never see a puddle. 4 earn their price tag. And the brand at the top of the hero list is the only one publishing its own test data. The e-scooter pitch is straightforward. An aluminum frame, a lithium battery, sealed electronics, and the ability to ride in any weather. Premium brands talk about branded cells. Budget brands talk about range, and almost every product page mentions water resistance without explaining what the IP code actually protects against. That gap is where the math sits. The first villain is the Unagi Model One, marketed as the iPhone of scooters. It retails for $990 and carries an IP54 rating. Unagi's own product page footnote reads, "Denotes protection against splashing water, not protected from long-term exposure, for example, leaving out in the rain." That is the same splash-only rating as a GoTrax GXL V2 at $227. Unagi runs a subscription lease model, and the premium price funds the lease network rather than the chassis seal. NIU sells a similar trade-off through a NASDAQ ticker. The KQi3 Max retails for $799 and also carries an IP54 rating. The company's FY 2025 press release reports a gross margin of 19.6%. International kick scooters account for 6.8% of e-scooter revenue, down 32.9% year-over-year, and the filing cite lower gross margin for kick scooters in international markets. E-mopeds sold in China make up 93.2% of the business. The kick scooter is the sideline. The e-moped is the company. GoTrax is a brand of GoLabs Inc., and a 2021 federal court filing named Tao Motor as the corporate parent. The hardware is Chinese ODM under an American brand wrapper. Most GoTrax models carry no formal IP rating, and the company's own FAQ states, "GoTrax electric vehicles are not waterproof. Damage due to water exposure is not covered by our warranty." The BBB issued the company an F rating in 2022. Hover One is owned by DGL Group, a New Jersey importer that began in cell phone accessories. In 2024, the CPSC recalled the Hover One Dynamo after 22 brake failures and 7 injuries, including a dislocated shoulder, fractured teeth, and lacerations. DGL's warranty runs 90 days. The refund process required customers to photograph a severed motor cable, and replacement mainboards aren't sold. DGL imports brands and disclaims, and the refund process requires the owner to destroy the evidence. If this is changing how you read a product page, subscribe. We do the breakdown so you don't have to. Bird Global took the rebadge model national. The company was valued at $2.5 billion in 2019 and filed Chapter 11 on December 20, 2023. Its fleet scooters were rebadged Xiaomi M365 hardware, and Ninebot appeared in the bankruptcy as a $1.05 million unsecured creditor. Bird paid roughly $550 per unit. Amazon sold the same scooter for $500, and teardowns put the build cost at around $250. According to the information, Bird lost about $293 over the life of each scooter, with a typical lifespan of 1 to 2 months. Bird wasn't selling hardware. It was selling growth on top of Ninebot's hardware. 5 brands, 1 pattern, premium price with missing protection, or someone else's hardware sold at a markup. The next 4 brands publish the receipts. Dualtron is built by Mini Motors, a Korean manufacturer. The Thunder 3 is rated IPX5, meaning it is protected against water jets rather than splash alone. It runs dual 2,500 watt motors with a 5,400 watt peak, an aviation-grade 6082T6 aluminum frame, an SCM 44 oak steel shaft, and nut 4-piston hydraulic brakes. The Thunder 3 isn't engineered specifically for rain, it is engineered for power, and the protection follows from the build. Pure Electric is engineered in the United Kingdom. The Air 5 is rated IP65, meaning fully dust-tight and protected against water jets, and the product copy states it is designed to handle rainy day rides. It uses a front drum brake paired with regenerative KERS braking and a smart BMS. The Air 5 line won the 2025 Stuff Gadget Awards e-Scooter of the Year. Halfords, the brand's UK retailer, requires third-party battery testing as a condition of stocking. Apollo is a Canadian direct-to-consumer brand. The Apollo City and the Phantom 2.0 are both rated IP66, the highest IP rating in mainstream consumer e-scooters. The scooters use 21,700 cells, a 6-mechanism BMS and UL certification, and each unit passes a 103-step QC checklist. Electric Scooter Guide scored the Phantom 2.0 a 9.5 out of 10, and Electrek, writing in December 2025, said it can handle sitting out in a downpour. Selling direct to consumer removes the wholesale layer, and the margin goes into the seal. Segway Ninebot built the M365. The hardware Bird and Lime put their logos on. The Max G2 retails for $999. The body is rated IPX5, and the battery is rated separately at IPX7, sealed for 30 minutes at 1 meter of immersion. The 551 watt-hour pack uses Samsung cells and is UL2272, certified by TUV Rhineland. Segway publishes its own test method: 3-minute riding at full speed, wading 40mm depth puddle. FY 2024 filings report revenue of $1.97 billion, a gross margin of 28.24%, and net profit up 81% year-over-year. The Max G2 is the consumer version from the company that built the bones. 5 villains, 1 pattern, the retail price paid for the brand, not the seal. 4 heroes, 1 practice, they publish the cells, the IP code, and the financials. Bird paid $550 for hardware that could be built for $250 and named the company after an animal that can't swim. Drop the brand that surprised you most in the comments and subscribe. The price tag tells you what the brand wants. The IP code tells you what the brand built.